Good afternoon. How are you? Any of you get out to walk a little bit to deal with the Thanksgiving meal? We get kidded about being vegetarians, but if you subtract the turkey from a Thanksgiving deal, the rest are vegetables and carbohydrates and liquids. So it's no sacrifice for us. And if something tastes good, Thanksgiving's a good day to revive it. Thomas Jefferson says the temperature is 41 degrees and the humidity is about the same, 42, and the wind is 1 mile an hour. Imagine that. Thanksgiving wasn't so great for everyone. I don't know if you heard about Amy Lucia Lopez Belloza, 19 years old, in Boston College, decides to surprise her folks. Going to take a plane to see them. But she gets stopped. Now, this is a woman who left Honduras when she was 7, I believe. And they stopped her, seized her, moved her to Texas, then to Honduras, claiming that there was a removal order for her, and it appears that her case was closed in 2017. You can't fix stupid. You can't fix people with bad motives. And this woman's dream, yes, she's 19, but she obviously has her act together. She's thinking of her family. She's a good person. She's studying. And they have crushed her trust in America. Amazing. And not. Because more and more, this is what we see. This is who this regime is. Another dream on hold, if not destroyed. Now, Trump and his corrupt minions have a low batting average right now, below water. The Trump ship of state is taking on water. How could it do otherwise? It gets so many things wrong. It suggests if you want to be a dictator, you still need competent people. And perhaps that's what saves us. They're so certain in their ignorance that they know what's right and that they can force everybody to accept what they think is right, that they make such horrendous errors that they become estranged of their own radical supporters, the maggots out there. So Trump's poll has him underwater. It's more obvious every day that he's ill. The evidence is in his failure to move and the hours he keeps, all getting diminished. The rallies he doesn't have anymore. The press conferences he walks out of. The trash talk that would get this man-child to sit in a corner for his childish behaviors, calling people stupid, piggy. This is not a man who deserves to be in the White House, not by his conduct. He doesn't see himself in service to the nation. He sees the nation in service to him. And it shouldn't surprise anyone. He apparently has never had an appetite his entire life to do something for others. So why would we expect, if we elect him, and I was not one of his votes, obviously, that he'd be better in some way? And that says something about those motivated to accept him. Yeah, let's take a chance. They have no excuse because they had the first term to know that taking a chance was to risk the entire nation and our freedom and our liberty and our allies. And unless you're a white male, you're an endangered species. And even a white male, apparently, as time goes on, will have to be wealthy until Trump figures a way to take all of their wealth and all of our savings and everything else. You say that's ridiculous, that's scaremongering. No, it's not. This plan, this plot, has been obvious from day one. And people keep saying things about, it's, he doesn't understand. He understands precisely. This is who he is and what he wants. I don't believe he's writing his poisonous posts. Who's a candidate? Steve Miller? Could be. Sounds like him. One of the things when you write speeches for other people is to try to get a sense of their cadence, how they speak, so that when you propose a draft of what they said they wanted to say, it fits who they are. These drafts, some of these things that go on, including the hated Thanksgiving remarks, this is a man without love for humankind. This is a man who enjoys watching people suffer. He's calling names like a child. You're stupid, piggy. So, leading the dramatic crimes today of this wannabe regime is Hegseth's order on, I think it was September the 2nd, when they were bombing a ship. When I say a ship, like a skiff, a small boat, they were convinced had drugs, but they didn't board it to check it. They couldn't recover it afterwards. They dropped the bomb and destroyed the ship. That itself, in international waters off the shores of Venezuela, was illegal, violated international law, was a war crime. We had no business doing it. No one asked us to do it. We just did it. We're pirates because our soul is pure? Hardly. Our national soul with these guys in charge is as black as coal. Depraved. But there's something special about this incident, and that is after the first bombing, they could see by a drone that there were two who survived, who were hanging on to the ship, and they killed them. They made another strike. Were they destroying evidence? What they were destroying was the integrity of America, its reputation for being good and fair, a place you want to go if you have dreams, whether you're a 19-year-old girl or a person fleeing some other nation state seeking asylum here. And all those people who are trying to come across the Mexican border, a large proportion of them, that's what they want, asylum, because they can't live where they are. And Trump's answer is, no, nor can you live here. However meritorious may be your request for asylum, to be free of another place that will kill you, doesn't matter to us, because we don't give a damn about people. The bottom line is our national objective, and if you're not enhancing the bottom line, be done with you. So Hegseth's order was an unlawful order. Does that mean anything to us? It was an unlawful order. It was to kill everybody. Kill everybody. Did a single soldier object? This is a war crime of the first order. If you don't think the first part where they just attacked the ship without any evidence of what was going on, and then they have two survivors, which they should have taken in custody if they followed anything that was similar to the correct way to handle this. But nah, they didn't do that. Let's kill everybody. This is our challenge as a nation. Christmas would be a good deadline to oust the entire regime called Trump. By that date, I expect there'll be 7 more tragic errors made that will hurt and harm people in America. It is entirely possible and necessary that we plan for that. In addition, we can expect to see more deterioration by Trump. It's becoming visible, and they're running around trying to hide it. I hear the talking heads repeatedly say, whether it's Epstein or something else, they're not transparent. Oh, that's so gentle and kind. They're not transparent. They're lying. And that's what they're doing. This is not about transparency. This is about lying about the most important things that a government can do. And by lying, our decisions have to be wrong. So whether some asshole is using government planes to give a kick to his girlfriend who'll go out the door the minute the FBI chief himself goes out the door, not because they accept the fact that he's wrong, but because we don't want the heat on the president. He can do no wrong. And now, what are they going to do about Hegseth, a war criminal? And all those people who agreed with him. The Code of Military Justice. Does it say you can kill 2 people? And no, it doesn't. We can invoke the Geneva Convention. We can invoke our own laws. These people are committing crimes, and nobody is cuffing them and putting them in a jail cell. But that's where we're going. That's what we need to do. If you look back on Watergate and the words of John Dean in his book, Blind Ambition, or what Judge Sirica wrote about the trials he oversaw as the chief judge of the District of Columbia when they were trying these criminals, the parallels are enormous. The big mistake was what we learned and what we changed because of Watergate. We let evaporate. Transparency? No. Lies. Say what it is. Say that they are out and destroying America, because that's what they're doing. And that's what we have to stop. So, we're back in form because we have a government that it may yet achieve the worst on the planet Earth for all history, all recorded history. So, I say goodbye to you today from our cathedral of strong trees going into hibernation, just as we have to be most active as we the people. All the best. Bye-bye.